He stood in the middle of the restaurant, holding a velvet ring box everyone assumed held a sparkling diamond. Phones were out, the band paused, and Amanda's smile glowed under the warm lights. This was her moment. But when Ethan opened the box, there was no ring. The room gasped. The cameras kept rolling, and Ethan walked away as her perfect TikTok moment turned into a viral nightmare. Subscribe to the channel before we begin the video. The restaurant buzzed with soft laughter, clinking glasses, and the soft hum of live jazz. A golden chandelier cast warm light over the elegantly dressed crowd. Tonight was supposed to be a night of joy, of love, a night people would talk about for weeks. At least, that was how Amanda thought it would go. She sat across from Ethan, her boyfriend of 3 years, in a corner booth reserved just for them. Her heart beat faster with every passing moment. She'd been dropping hints for months, leaving open tabs of diamond rings on his laptop, accidentally showing him wedding venues on Instagram. She was ready to marry him, or at least to marry the version of Ethan who didn't know the truth about her. Ethan, on the other hand, looked unusually calm. Too calm. Amanda leaned forward, her fingers grazing the rim of her wine glass. "You've been so quiet all night," she said with a teasing smile. "Are you nervous?" "I know something's going on." Ethan smiled, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. "Just waiting for the right moment," he said, his voice smooth but edged with something Amanda couldn't place. He reached into his jacket pocket, and Amanda's heart leapt. This was it, the proposal she'd been waiting for. But as he stood and tapped his glass with a fork, the mood shifted. Heads turned toward them. Phones were raised. Even the live band slowed their tune, sensing something big. This was about to be one of those picture-perfect proposal videos that flooded TikTok. Amanda smoothed her dress and flashed her most charming smile. She wanted to look flawless for the big reveal. She wanted this video to go viral. Ethan cleared his throat. "Everyone," he began, his voice carrying through the restaurant. "Thank you for being here tonight. This is a special moment. Amanda and I have shared so much together. We've laughed, we've grown, and I thought tonight would be the night I asked her to spend forever with me." Amanda's chest swelled with pride. She looked around, basking in the attention, picturing the comments. "She's so lucky. Goals. I want a man like that." Ethan turned to her, his hand dipping into his pocket. He pulled out a small velvet ring box. Amanda's breath caught. It was perfect. But then, something changed. Instead of dropping to one knee, Ethan placed the box on the table between them and slowly opened it. Amanda's smile faltered. Inside, there wasn't a diamond ring. There were photos. Amanda blinked, confusion flickering across her face. Photos? She squinted, and then her stomach dropped. The photos weren't random. They were of her in another man's arms, her kissing someone else, her in a hotel room she swore no one knew about. The crowd gasped. Ethan's voice was calm, almost chillingly so. "Amanda, I wanted everyone here to witness this. For months, I've been planning to propose to you. I was ready to commit my life to you. But while I was buying this ring," he held up an empty ring box from his other hand, "you were busy with him." Amanda's throat went dry. Ethan, Save it," Ethan said, stepping back. He looked around at the stunned diners, many still recording. "Ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't the proposal you were expecting, but I figured, why not let her get the attention she craves?" The room erupted into whispers. Phones were flashing. Videos were capturing every second of Amanda's face, turning from shock to pale horror. She reached for the photos, as if she could snatch them back and erase the proof. "Ethan, please, we can talk about this," she began, her voice trembling. But Ethan had already turned, walking away with steady, unshaken steps. "We're done," he said, not even glancing back. "Enjoy the rest of your dinner, and Amanda, you'll need someone else to drive you home." The restaurant doors closed behind him, and Amanda was left sitting in silence, surrounded by strangers, all of them staring. The ring box of damning evidence lay open on the table like a coffin for her relationship. 1 month earlier, Ethan had been planning to propose for months. He'd even asked Amanda's father for his blessing. But then something strange happened. While cleaning Amanda's car one weekend, Ethan found a hotel receipt shoved between the seat cushions. It was for a luxury suite, dated 2 weeks prior a weekend Amanda claimed she was at a spa retreat with friends. His gut twisted. Ethan wasn't a paranoid man, but something felt off. So he did what any betrayed partner might do. He started digging. He checked her phone when she left it unlocked on the kitchen counter. The messages he found weren't just suspicious. They were explicit. Her lover was a coworker, a guy named Brad. Every text dripped with betrayal. Last night was amazing. Can't wait until you're mine. Ethan didn't confront her immediately. Instead, he started documenting everything. Screenshots, dates, times, photos. If Amanda wanted to play games, Ethan would write the rules for the final round. When Amanda chirped about this cute new restaurant where we should go for dinner and suddenly mentioned how perfect the proposal would be, Ethan decided that would be the stage for her downfall. The day of the dinner. Amanda spent hours getting ready, twirling in front of the mirror, imagining Ethan's face when she said yes. She had no clue that Ethan was meticulously packing a small envelope of printed photos, sliding them into the velvet ring box. There would be no ring, only truth. Ethan kept his cool through the entire meal. He smiled, he laughed, he played his role. But under the table, his hands trembled with the weight of what he was about to do. He wasn't just ending a relationship, he was publicly exposing a woman who had lied to his face for months. The TikTok videos spread like wildfire. By the next morning, #engagement ring switch was trending. Clips of Amanda's stunned face were being remixed, captioned, and dissected across social media. Some called Ethan a hero. Others debated whether public humiliation was too harsh. But one thing was certain. Amanda's perfect image was shattered. Amanda tried to call Ethan 50 times. He blocked her. She showed up at his apartment, crying, begging, saying it was just a mistake. Ethan didn't open the door. Instead, he slid a manila envelope under the doorframe with all her belongings inside. There was a note, too, written in his neat, steady handwriting. You made your choice when you chose him. Don't ever come back. Amanda's friends turned on her once the videos went viral. Everyone knew. Her coworkers whispered when she walked into the office. Brad, the man she cheated with, panicked when his wife found out. Suddenly, Amanda's life was collapsing in ways she never imagined. At first, Ethan felt numb. Revenge, while satisfying in the moment, didn't erase the pain. But slowly, he started to breathe again. He deleted old photos, cleaned out his apartment, and began focusing on himself. Friends and family rallied around him, reminding him that he deserved better. A month later, Ethan was on a hiking trip with his brother when he realized something important. Amanda's betrayal didn't define him. He'd exposed her, yes, but he wouldn't let bitterness control his life. Amanda tried to rebuild her image, but the internet never forgets. Every time she posted a photo, comments like, "Where's the ring box?" and "Brad says hi," flooded in. Her dream of being a social media influencer crumbled overnight. She sent Ethan a long email, filled with apologies and desperate pleas to talk things through. Ethan never replied. 2 months later, Ethan received an invitation Amanda and Brad had tried to make it official. They were throwing an engagement party. Ethan laughed out loud when he read the e-invite. The audacity was almost impressive. Instead of deleting it, Ethan forwarded it to Brad's wife, attaching a simple note. Looks like your husband moved on fast. The engagement party, canceled. 6 months after that infamous night, Ethan met someone new. A friend of his cousin's, a woman who loved hiking, coffee, and brutal honesty. She'd seen the viral video, but admired how Ethan handled it. You deserve better, she told him on their first date. For the first time in years, Ethan felt hope again. Looking back, Ethan realized that the engagement ring switch wasn't just revenge, it was closure. Amanda's betrayal had cut deep, but exposing the truth freed him from a life built on lies. Sometimes the best proposal is the one that never happens.